We are here at the Marilyn I. School of Performing Arts for a sneak peek of Alfred Jarry's King Ubu, which promises to bring audiences face to face with the absurdity of modern life.
So this play was written by a French playwright in the 1890s. He was 15 or 16 at the time, and he wrote it because he hated his physics teacher. And King Ubu is sort of a stand-in for all the adults that he hated. So what we've looked at doing is seeing how this old text resonates with contemporary political culture. And the approach that we've been taking, or that certainly that led me to start to think about this text, is if we live in a particular cultural moment where politics and entertainment have become conflated, well, we're in a quote-unquote entertainment environment here in the theater, so how can we use this art form to explore that implosion of politics and entertainer?
Here I am, king in this country.
King Ubu references populism and the blurred lines between celebrity culture and politics. The play's message is as relevant today as it was when first performed in 19th century France.
I'm playing King Ubu. He's a really zany, crazy guy. He's looking for power, kind of in the Shakespearean sense, trying to win the throne through as many devious and crazy ways as he can.
Yeah, definitely. And just like looking at the current political climate, and then also being a woman playing a male lead role.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what your thoughts and how you're approaching that role for yourself.
Sure. Well, it definitely was something that me and David, our director, talked about a lot, about what's it mean to be a woman in power, but also a woman who's kind of foolish and is originally a man's role. So something that I've tried to keep in mind is that I think a lot of times when we think of women in power, we think they have to be really serious all the time. But I think when we're moving forward in progression, I think even women can kind of be fools sometimes, and why not be foolish like a man is known to be foolish? It was kind of the way that I approached it, that I think everybody has the opportunity to play any kind of role that they want to, and that this is a really good role for me because it's really pushing my boundaries into what kind of roles women can play, and I'm really glad to be occupying this role.
The play showcases the talents of Brock's Department of Dramatic Arts students, both on stage and off.
I always look for different challenges and how we can approach them and then solve them in some ways. I also look for, as an actor point of view as well, how people can evolve and people can explore different worlds and worlds they might usually not walk into.
Do you take into account like what Alan Jarry's maybe like original concept for the play would have been, like when you guys are sort of constructing like what your insights are?
In some ways, definitely. Like one of the original things that facts to keep in mind is that this play opened and closed in the very same night, so it's definitely scandalous. So we're not shying away from that either.
How long does it typically take to pull everything together for a production like this?
Ideally, you'd have a couple of years, and you would do it on an island comfortably in the sun somewhere. But what we've been doing is we've had about 6 weeks, but that's the tip of the iceberg in terms of rehearsal. There's about 6 or 8 months of planning before that, working with directors, making sure that budgeting and costing, making sure that all the kind of technical needs are anticipated, and trying to fit it all into the envelope of this beautiful space.
King Ubu runs from March 1st to March 9th, and tickets are available through the First Ontario Performing Arts Centre box office and website. Reporting from St. Catharines for The Source, this is James J. Hall.